What up, folks? It is I, Will, here again with another stream. You know, the best thing about being right is when you're right. I love that feeling. If you don't know what I'm talking about, last stream, I said that Evolution would be announced officially yesterday because the rumor was Evolution would be happening the same weekend as the next Saturday Night Main Event. So they probably announced it at Saturday Night Main Event, which will happen. We now know that both shows will be taking place in Atlanta, back-to-back days. No Evolution is not competing with All In. I don't know why people keep saying that. All In is on Saturday. Evolution is on Sunday. It's a different day. Only way you can counter program is if things are happening at the same time. Not only is it not happening at the same time, it's on a different day. So for the love of God, shut up about Evolution counter programming AEW. You sound like a fool. That being said, we had Saturday Night Main Event last night. People are complaining. I understand why. Cody Rhodes returned. Great for him. And great for SmackDown. But first, we're going to talk about Evolution. I mean, who are we kidding? Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And let's talk about Evolution. Twitter's being weird. I don't know why Twitter's being weird. My tweets are not showing. For some reason, yesterday, all my yesterday tweets are not showing up for some reason. I don't know why that is. Hopefully you're having better success with Twitter. I'm not. For some reason, it's not showing up. But anyway, what's up, Razar? What's up, Maya? What's up, Wrestle Kid? Yeah, Twitter's being weird. I don't know why I can't see. Oh, here it is now. It's showing up now. Okay. So Evolution was announced, folks. It was nice to see, for me at least. But unfortunately, the IWC was very, very negative and cynical about this show and this announcement. Oh my God, they're not going to do anything for the women. It's a here damn PLE. Oh my gosh, it's happening during the same time as Beyonce's concert. Complaining and complaining and complaining. Now, I choose to be positive. I choose to be happy about this. The talent happy about it. You saw Me Chin tweet about it. You saw Bailey tweet about it. The talent is happy. So why can't you be happy for a second, okay? If it's bad, if the production is bad, if the booking is bad, all that, then fine, I'm gonna be right there with you. I'm gonna be right there with you complaining if that's the case. But let's wait and see before we complain and bitch about a all women's PLE. This would be a happy moment. It would be a good moment. Let's wait and see how it goes. All right. I understand you're cynical about the booking right now. Didn't help that last night a lot of commercial breaks. People were upset about that. But let's wait and see what happens before we complain. Now, Evolution. This build will happen immediately after Money in the Bank. Right now, it's all about Money in the Bank. We're building towards that show. And the second Money in the Bank is over, we're on the build to Evolution. That gives us, what, a month? Money in the Bank is June the 7th. Evolution is the 13th, the next month. So about a month build, which tells me that the existing storylines or the existing progression will be what's going to happen at that show in terms of the card, right? So what's the show going to be like? What's going to be in the card? I want to see in the chat. What do you guys think? What will be on the card? I think the no-brainer is some iteration of Bailey and Becky Lynch, right? Some iteration of that. We know that Becky Lynch took out Bailey before WrestleMania. Becky's been cutting promos on Bailey and Lyra. Becky's working with Lyra right now. But I do believe ultimately Bailey will return. And whatever storyline that is, however that works out, the match will be Bailey and Becky in some degree. That could be a triple threat. Be a triple threat with Lyra, or it could be a tag team. Maybe Lyra and Bailey tag team against Becky and someone else. I don't know. But some match, some iteration will have Becky and Bailey in there. That's one match. Okay? Now, in terms of the world titles, there's a question I have. It involves Rhea Ripley. Because right now, if you look at the IWC, what they're saying is, of course, it's like clockwork. We want Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. That's what we want, right? We want the big match. For those of you who want that match, and I would love to see it, Stephanie Io, that's great. For those of you who want that match, I have a question. What is Rhea doing? And if your response is, I don't know, kindly shut up. I say that respectfully, but kindly shut up. Why? Well, Rhea Ripley is the biggest star in the promotion, in the women's division. So in the entire Evolution show, well, not the entire thing, but the top of that card, the top of the show, the main event, the top storyline will probably involve Rhea Ripley in some capacity, which means if you're fantasy booking Stephanie and Io, I have a simple question. What's her match? Right now, Rhea Ripley is very much in the title chase right now. So the easy explanation is Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, right? That makes the most sense. That's logical. So this is the tweet I had last night. See if I can pull it up here. I said, in storyline, here are your 2 world championship matches for Evolution. What have they been teasing? Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. What have they been teasing? Jade Cargill, Tiffany. On the face of it, those are your 2 matches. If I'm seeing Stephanie Io, my question again is, what is Rhea doing? She's the most popular star they have in the women's division. Whether you like it or not, that's reality. We must factor her in this build. In fact, if you look at the Evolution teaser they showed last night, who they showed twice? Rhea Ripley. Her match will probably main event. You can like that or not. That's the case. Just be honest. Stop setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay. Most likely, she'll be in the main event. So my question is, what is her match? I'll look at the chat. 5 weeks until Evolution. Yep. Rhea Ripley versus Io easily. That makes sense. It makes sense, right? I'm not saying I want that. In fact, I'll go as far as to say I don't want that. Why? Because I've seen it so many times. We've seen Io and Rhea in the ring 3 times over the last 2 months, like at WrestleMania, and before that twice on Raw. Right? I've seen it too many times. Right? But I do believe that makes the most sense. We're cooked. Rhea versus Julia. So that's another thing I'm saying. I'm seeing Rhea versus Julia. Respectfully, Julia is on SmackDown. Rhea is on Raw. Respectfully, that's not happening. I'm sorry. That's not happening. You have a better chance of Roxanne, Rhea, and that's not even happening. Okay? Julia is in the SmackDown division. Not happening. Let's see. Rhea versus Io. Yep. Naomi might have to cash in on Rhea Ripley that night. There's too many demons on SmackDown for good reign for her. I could Jade versus Charlotte Flair, since it's rumored to happen at Evolution. Sure. My concern. Okay, first of all, here's a question: Are the women's world titles going to be defended on this show? Yes or no? Yes or no? Will they both be defended? WWE Women's Championship and the World Women's Championship. Will they both be defended? If the question is yes, give me the match. That makes sense based on a 1 month, but based on a 1 month build. What is the match? For me, Rhea Io. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's the most logical, and they've been teasing Jade Cargill, Tiffany. Now you can say maybe they might do Tiffany, Naomi. Here's my question: Is Naomi winning the Money in the Bank? Because if she is, does it make sense for her first match to be a title match? Unless she's going to cash in her Money in the Bank for Evolution and walk out and say, hey, I'm going to cash in on Tiffany. That's not really a heel move, right? The heel move is to do it the dirty way. The babyface would cash in on a PLE to set up a match, but a heel would do it sneaky and try to cheat, right? And try to catch them off guard. So that doesn't make sense. I don't think for Evolution. So Tiffany Jade makes sense. Assuming Tiffany will be on the card. Now, if you're saying she's not going to be on the card, okay, that's one thing. But if you tell me she'll be on the card, if Jade Cargill, nothing even makes sense. Not Bianca, because Bianca right now is a face, and I don't see them wanting Bianca to take an L to Tiffany right now. So Jade Cargill makes the most sense. All right, so Io Rhea makes sense. Tiffany Jade makes sense. I've seen a rumor about Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill. That could happen, of course. But my question is, what's happening with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss? Will Alexa Bliss be mixing it up with Charlotte Flair? And if that's the case, could we get a tag match at Evolution? Could we get, dare I say, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss versus Bianca and Zelina Vega? I don't know. It just depends on how that works out. I think Money in the Bank will be telling. What are the storylines coming out of Money in the Bank? Now, the big thing is not Charlotte Flair. The big thing is Rhea Ripley. That's a big thing, right? She is biggest star, and she's been booked. She's been booked in a way that nobody's really on her level on Raw except for Io. And again, that's what they've been teasing, right? What they've been teasing. This is inevitable. In my mind, for Evolution, there's only one way this cannot happen. There's only one way to get out of this match. Anybody guess in the chat? There's only one person that could stop this. There's only one person, I believe, that's been built up in a way that could divert this match from happening right now. Any takers? Asuka? No. No. And it's unlikely. There's only one woman who could derail this storyline and have it make sense based on how Rhea Ripley has been booked. Stephanie? No. But I hear you, but no. Stephanie, I believe, I'll talk about her in a second. We'll say Stephanie for a second. She will be on the card, that's for sure. Not Asuka, not Stephanie, not Roxanne Perez. Nope. Not Roxanne. But once you look at Razar, got it. You got it, Razar. Congratulations. There's only one woman. There's only one woman who could do it. There's only one woman. That's Bianca Belair. Why? Well, she was just in a Mania program with both of these women, right? They've been teasing, or the story is they're going to build towards Bianca and Rhea Ripley next year. The only way you can stop this and have it make sense, I think it's unlikely, but Bianca Belair will have to show up at Money in the Bank and screw Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley walking up the ladder, Bianca Belair comes out, whips her with her braid, KODs her, and takes her out of the match. It's the only way to derail this woman. Right now, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Rhea Ripley has her eyes on the belt. Ain't nobody stopping it. Ain't nobody stopping it. Not Roxanne, not Kairi Sane, not Asuka, not Becky Lynch. In fact, Becky Lynch is mixing it up with Bayley and Lyra. The only person that can stop this is Bianca Belair, the woman who was in the ring with him at WrestleMania. It's the only way. It would take something big like that. Something big to say, oh, Bianca Belair, long-term build. Bianca Belair comes out there, takes Rhea Ripley out, and Rhea Ripley is now derailed and like, know what? Screw the championship. Bianca, I'm coming for you. That's the only way. Without that, I'm sorry, no woman has been built up to stop this. No woman has been built up to stop this match from happening at Evolution. Tell me the storyline. Am I wrong? Please look at the chat. I'm looking at the chat. Tell me, what is the storyline? What is the talent that could stop this? Becky Lynch has Lyra and Bayley, right? Roxanne is mixing up with Liv Morgan and Judgment Day. Liv Morgan has her hands full with Finn and Roxanne and the shenanigans going on over there. Kairi Sane? I doubt it. When it comes to Rhea Ripley. Now, if Kairi Sane, now if Io Sky is taken away from Rhea Ripley, then sure, that's a storyline you could do. You can do Io Asuka, you can do Io Kairi, but right now Rhea Ripley is the problem for Io, right? There's nobody else. No way Rhea Ripley going to stack them if Bianca comes out. I need Bianca away from Rhea Ripley at all cost. I was going to say Bianca. Yeah, it's the only person. Nothing else makes sense. And I'm just talking about stopping this match. The only thing that could stop it. Without that, I think she wins. Now the interesting thing is Money in the Bank. I'm hopeful we'll get a lot of story beats in there because I'm convinced the original plan would have been Bianca and Rhea Ripley both in Money in the Bank. Like, can you justify a healthy Bianca Belair not being in that match if Rhea's in? Doesn't make any sense. I think if Bianca was healthy, it would have been Bianca and Rhea both in that match, and they both would have taken each other out of the way. They both would have prevented each other from winning. So now, looking at that match, it was Rhea, Julia, Roxanne, Alexa Bliss. Who's the person on the Rhea level or anywhere close that can stop her? What is the storyline? What is the story beat that happens in that match that prevents the strong, over, superpowered Rhea Ripley from winning the match? Who was the talent? Julia? Sorry, I don't buy it right now. There's nobody in that match that I can see going to the top of the ladder and stopping Rhea Ripley. It's almost like something has to happen from outside, interference. Someone got to come in to stop her, I think. That could be Bianca. I'm not saying it's going to happen, though. I say like 5% chance right now. 5% chance. If SmackDown comes on, the Bianca Belair will be back on SmackDown. If she shows up and she cuts a promo, she brings up Rhea Ripley in a way that make you think, she's still upset. Maybe there's a chance. But beyond that, I don't see it. So, God forbid she wins Money in the Bank, then she cashes in her briefcase in the babyface way, respectfully, at Evolution. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So, but that's a lot of fantasy booking, right? So what we have, we're gonna have Bailey, Becky in some way. Now Stephanie Vaquer. Talk about Stephanie Vaquer. What is her match? I think Stephanie, it won't be Io. Sorry to tell you the truth, it won't be Io. Stephanie's match, unless it could be Io. It could be Io. But the only way it's Io is if Bianca Belair takes Rhea Ripley out. You get Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley at Evolution to start a long-term build. That's the only way. Without that, probably Io or Rhea Ripley. So beyond that, that means Stephanie's match, I think, will be a rematch of tonight. Tonight, Stephanie is taking on Jordynne Grace. And I believe the rematch will happen at Evolution. We're going to get Stephanie, Jordynne Grace rematch at Evolution. Tiffany will wrestle. It'll be probably Jade Cargill. If not, Jade can face Charlotte Flair. Sure. My question is, what is Alexa Bliss doing? Right? What else? I don't think Zelina Vega gets on the card. Only way that happens is if they do Bianca and Zelina versus Alexa and Charlotte Flair. Don't love it, but that's the only way. Now, how about these legends? These women who are coming in. I saw Michelle McCool make a tweet. I know Nikki Bella is excited. Here's the thing about the legends. I'm okay with legends in the Battle Royal, assuming there is one. What I don't want to see is matches and tag matches that should go to the current talent be given to the legends. I'm sorry, Nikki. I'm sorry, Trish Stratus, Alita, Michelle McCool. I'm sorry. Put that in the Battle Royal. I don't want these viable spots to be taken by the old heads, the veterans, the legends. I'm sorry, okay? There's enough talent. We got Io, Stephanie, Bianca, Charlotte, Jordynne Grace. Hell, Soruka could be on the card. You have all this talent. Becky, Lyra, Roxanne. I'm sorry. Give me the Hoopers. Give me the actual talent on the roster. I don't want to see these old heads, okay? Sorry to tell you the truth, but I want to keep it so that the actual active roster is on the main card. So Battle Royal, fine. But that's about it. I don't know why I keep seeing people say that Ryan May gonna show up. He's still under contract. What are you talking about? As far as I know, her contract doesn't end until later on. So why would she be at Evolution? Anyway, Triple H doesn't use as many legends like Vince did. I'm hopeful that's true. I did see Michelle McCool get excited online. She might show up tonight. Who? Who might show up tonight? Naomi versus Jade is a stip match for the title, and Tiffany and a partner versus Alexa and Charlotte. So what? Well, to be fair, Tiffany did cut a promo on Alexa and Charlotte Flair. Maybe you do what? Tiffany and Zelina Vega, champion and champion, taking on Alexa and Charlotte Flair. That could happen. Bianca Belair, no idea. Oh, Double or Nothing. Okay, that's what Mariah May. Okay, that makes sense. They're saying that she's going to show up tonight because Tony Storm is taking on Mina Shikawa, so that makes sense. If it happens, it happens. She tweeting about Double or Nothing? I can't see her tweets because Twitter is jacked. I think she's tweeting about that match. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Can't tell. First, that bitch hate me. Then she bitch hate me. What the? Is it her actual page? It is. And somehow they link up and they become friends. Like how? Oh, so she's actively tweeting about the product. I guess that means she resigned. I don't know. No clue. You don't think they'll do Zelina Vega versus Julia at Evolution? Very possible. That's an option for Zelina Vega. If that happens, it's over for Zelina Vega. I don't know if they want to pull the trigger that early on Zelina Vega. Now, considering what happened last night, so Zelina Vega was wrestling Chelsea Green in a match that wasn't great. She goes for a 619. She botches it, and she kicks Chelsea Green dead in the nose. Chelsea Green starts bleeding. It was not a great look for Zelina Vega or that match. Now people are calling for the title reign to end very, very early. Would I be shocked they pull the trigger in a month? No. Would it suck for Zelina Vega? Probably, but I can't be mad about it. He is very much invested in Julia. Zelina Vega, her run, I mean, there's a cap on the run. There's a cap on how good it's going to be honest with you. I would not be upset or taken aback if Julia were to dethrone her at Evolution. Nah, I think Mariah is done with AEW. Maybe, but she's tweeting about AEW. She's tweeting about that match, at the very least. Or was it because Mina Shirakawa tweeted about Tony Storm? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if she shows up. If she doesn't show up tonight, I don't know what to tell you, boss. The botch was bad. She got booed after the botch. She got booed a little bit after that botch. Not gonna lie. Okay, so Evolution, I'm excited. I'm not worried about Beyonce's concert. I'm not worried about anything really. My only concern is that they're going to overbook it with legends. Keep the legends in the Battle Royal. I want champions on the card. I want hoopers on the card. Did I miss anything? I said Stephanie, Jordan Grace rematch. Probably Rhea EO. Probably Tiffany Jade Cargill. They could do Bianca Charlotte Flair. That could work. My biggest concern is what's Bianca's match, and the biggest like domino to fall is what is Rhea Ripley doing. I do believe she will main event. So if she's gonna main event, it's only Io. Currently on Raw, it's only Io. It's not gonna be Asuka or Kyrie. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. So if it's not Io, tell me what it is. The only thing that could stop that, I believe, is Bianca Belair, which I think is a stretch right now. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Evolution. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna complain right now or bitch about it. I'm excited for the show. Maybe Athena cost Mercedes tonight. All that is plausible. Athena, Mariah May, it's all plausible. We'll see. I'd rather it be a clean finish. I want a one-on-one match, but if Mercedes is going to lose on AWTV, then DQ, well, not DQ, but interference is likely. But I'd rather see a clean finish for that match, but you never know. Does Bianca even wrestle at Evolution? Razar, don't make me block you. Of course she does. Of course she wrestles on that show. It'd be good, okay? You're going to show up next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Just a finger. There's no way. She'll tape up her finger. She'll put, I think, she'll make it a club. There's no way she won't wrestle on that card. No way. There's no way she doesn't wrestle. She'll go out there with a broken finger before she doesn't wrestle. Okay, she'll wrestle on that card for sure. I'm not worried about that. She'll be fine. Doesn't take that long for. It's just one finger, by the way. Just one finger. Not two, just one. One finger on her weaker hand. Her dominant hand is the right hand. Her left hand is what's injured. One finger. One finger, she'd be fine. Okay. Yeah, something wrong. It's just one finger. She'd be fine. Let's talk about Saturday night main event and why everybody hates it. There's a lot of commercial breaks. There were a lot of commercial breaks, and the IWC was not happy. Besides that, I thought the show was okay, but again, the commercial breaks and the start and stops, what was the issue? And I can't say that they're wrong. I can't say that it wasn't annoying seeing that. I mean, I thought a tag match to start the show was fun. The fun start. I do like the story beat of bringing in Bronson Reed. We all thought that there would be a third person, and sure enough, it happened. Now, I saw some people complaining about Bronson Reed, like, doesn't make any sense. We know that, and I'm sure they know that. So we'll let them explain why Bronson Reed is now joining up with Seth Rollins, considering their history. That's going to happen on Monday. They'll be explaining it on Monday, so no worries there. Hopefully it makes sense. But I like the visual of Bronson Reed. Here's Bronson Reed putting CM Punk through the damn barricade. I like the visual of this team. Braun Breaker, Seth, and Bronson Reed. I like it. It looks good. It looks dominant. It looks strong. And we'll see where it goes. Seth is going to be a problem. I don't see how much longer Jay can hold that belt. Jay's got to probably SummerSlam. Probably SummerSlam is going to be over. Which is interesting because right now Jay is teaming up with Cody Rhodes, who's a SmackDown superstar. Right now, Raw is basically Sammy and CM Punk against this group. That's a problem. When's the draft? We don't know. We don't know when the draft is, but I think the draft needs to happen at some point. But anyway, this is a very good team. I like it. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Seth, looks good. I'm sure they'll explain it on Monday. Why I didn't watch Saturday Night Main Event? It was okay. The problem was the commercial breaks. 55% commercials. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad in that respect. Tsunami to CM Punk. I like the visual again. At least we got story beats. All the matches were predictable, so I'm glad we got some actual storyline progression here. And we'll see where it goes. But yes, a lot of commercial breaks. I'm sure in the crowd they were happy because there are no commercials when you're live. But watching it from home is rough, which is why I'd rather see 4 matches at this show, not 5, because one match is always really short anyway. In this case, it was a women's match. So Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega was short. I'd rather just do 5 matches, not 5, 4 for a 2-hour show. Where commercials, just do 4 matches. I don't need to see 5. But anyway, this match was rough. Wasn't the best. Crowd was responding in some moments. The big takeaway was that 619 spot that they probably moved from the pictures. I'm sure there was a picture of it. They removed it. It was rough. Yeah. And Chelsea Green got busted open. Her nose got busted open. It was rough. Lena Vega, I do believe Julia is coming for the belt. Going to happen sooner rather than later. Especially considering how this reign is going. As early as Evolution, I don't know, but I think Julia will win the belt sometime this summer. Were they matching? Yeah, it does look kind of similar, doesn't it? I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it was a bad match. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great representation of the women's division, to be honest with you. This match was fun for what it was. R-Truth hit some of Cena's moves on him. He hit the 5-knuckle shuffle. He hit the attitude adjustment. He went for a couple pins, but ultimately, this one was not in doubt. They had a bit of a fake out where Cena had the belt and he was going to use it on R-Truth, but he didn't. He thought, oh, maybe. Well, I knew from the beginning that what he was doing, but he put down the belt and he thought, oh, maybe he won't hit R-Truth. Maybe he's seen the light. Maybe he's trying to change. And of course, that wasn't the case. He low blowed R-Truth, hit his finisher, and pinned him, and then he hit him with the belt. So ultimately, he still hit him with the belt. So, it was fine for what it was. It was fine for what it was, but not the best thing in the world. Happy that R-Truth got this match. I'm happy he got that match, but yeah, it is what it was. It wasn't the worst thing on the show, on the card. It wasn't the worst thing on the card. It was fine. Yeah, thank you, Matt. That's what it was. Thank you, Matt, for R-Truth. Why did they give Zelina Vega the title? She's not over. Um, I believe they did it as like a, hey, thanks for your contributions. If you remember, Aleister Black, her husband, debuted the same day. Kind of like a celebratory thing. Aleister Black is here. Zelina Vega championship. A good day for them. A nice feel good moment backstage. That's about it. That is about it. No other reason beyond that, to be honest with you. Just a thank you kind of thing for Zelina Vega. It won't last that long, I don't think. Here you see Jesse with a Jimi Hendrix shirt. Nice. Drew McIntyre, Damien Priest. The end of this match was anticlimactic, unfortunately, with the concerto, and then Priest is walking out. It was funny because Jesse Ventura was shitting on Priest for walking out. That was kind of funny, and I kind of agree with him. Leave the ring. Yeah, go over the damn cage. The door, I don't like it. No, I don't like the door. The door should be locked permanently until the match is over. It should be locked. You should either have to pin your person, submit the person, or climb over the cage. This whole walking out is ridiculous. I don't know why Priest didn't just pin him. He hit the concerto. Why didn't he just pin him? I don't know. Kind of weird. The ending wasn't great. So the match had some fine spots in it. Could have been better. Again, a lot of commercial breaks didn't help. The structuring of the show just has to change. Go from 5 matches to 4. Go to 4 matches. I think that's a proper thing to do. And let the matches have more breathing time. Structure the commercial breaks a little better. I don't know. But it wasn't the best show, mostly because of the commercial breaks. So many ads. So many ads. So the report is that Drew McIntyre is actually injured. It's a hurt neck. So they used this spot to take him out of the show, or take him out of the programming so he can get some rest. So we won't see Drew McIntyre for a while. He's dealing with a neck injury of some sort. According to this, I think he said this on a podcast. He can't turn his head really to the right, so it's bad. So Drew McIntyre is going to get some legitimate rest here, and we'll see how long he's out. We'll see. He deserves some time off. He does. He can't turn his head. It's really, 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 really bad. Really unfortunate stuff. So hopefully, be fine. Do you think Cena opens and Bianca main events this Friday, or vice versa? I think Bianca Belair will have a promo segment at some point. Now, who interferes? I'll give you 2 names. It'll be Naomi or Nia Jax that will interrupt her promo segment in the ring. Will it close the show? Probably not. It might open. It might open the show. Okay, it might do the triple threat match to open the show. So you have Bianca come out, cut a promo, then comes out Naomi, then Jade, then Nia Jax. The match happens. They could do it that way. They can structure it that way. Open the show. Similar to last week with Tiffany. I wonder, what are the matches? So is you have Naomi, Jade, and Nia Jax. You got other one, which is I forgot the last one for SmackDown. Let me see. Isn't it Carmella Hayes? Can't remember. Let's see. Can't remember what it is. Does anybody know in the chat what are the men's qualifying matches next week? Isn't it like Jacob, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade? That's what it is. Thank you. Jacob, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. And that's not a main event. That's not a main event. Will probably close. Bianca will open. That's what I think will happen. Bianca will open in Knoxville, and Cena will close. That's my guess. That's my story. I'm taking to it. Okay, let's keep going. Again, anticlimactic with Priest walking away, right? Now, the fact that Drew is up is kind of crazy. Got hit with a concerto, so shouldn't he be out on the mat here, getting stretchered out? It was kind of weird to have Priest just kind of like get up from that. I don't know, kind of weird. And of course, the main event here was Logan Paul, and they had like 10 minutes to work. The way the show went with the cage match, main event only had like 10 minutes. So it worked pretty fast. They tried their best. There was a very annoying commercial break in there. Ultimately, Cena comes out there to try to help Logan Paul, which I thought was smart. That leads to Cody Rhodes coming back. Big pop for Cody Rhodes. Big pop. Cody helps get rid of Cena, which leads to Jay retaining. Here's Cena pulling the ref out of the ring. Attacking Jay. Cody shows up. Crowd's hot. I think it's very smart to pin Cody with Jay and Logan with Cena. Because remember at WrestleMania, crowd wanted to be snarky and weird, so they were cheering Cena. Well, now you put Cena with Logan Paul, the ultimate booing machine. Put Jay, who's over, with Cody Rhodes. The dynamic is more correct. I think Cody Rhodes is in a good spot here. Makes sense. Appropriate. Now you can complain. Some people are not excited about the match. They don't want Cena to be wrestling with Logan Paul. I think it's fine. But yeah, I mean, it all makes sense here. This is good. Good booking for Cody Rhodes. Now overall, the show had its problems with commercial breaks, but I think this was I think it'll be okay. And that was Saturday Night Main Event. Again, these shows are not great because of commercial breaks. They go pretty fast. Matches go by pretty fast. So go from 5 matches to 4 next time. Now, to be clear, next time, Evolution will be the next day. Well, I did notice that the WWE is promoting Evolution at the main event of the weekend. I like to go to the YouTube channel, see their YouTube video in their upload. It says that Evolution will main event the show, or will main event the weekend. So they're pushing Evolution as the big show over Saturday Night Main Event, which I think is appropriate. I like that move. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Make sure it's muted. It is. All right, here it is. It says WWE Evolution returns to headline WWE's Atlanta Takeover this July. So the big talking point is Evolution, not Saturday Night Main Event, not Great American Bash. It's Evolution. I hope that the women get the proper booking, the proper storylines that are compelling and interesting, so this show sells. And by the way, they need to put the biggest stars on the show. Push Rhea Ripley, you push Bianca, you push all the big names for the Evolution, so the tickets can sell well. The last thing we want to see is tickets not selling for this show. That'd be a problem. Saturday Night Main Event is a glorified house show. Ooh, this is where I say a wrong there, Razar. You're wrong in the sense that there are story beats that happen on the show that will continue on, right? So Bronson Reed returning and joining Seth, that's big. That's canon. That will actually be important for storylines, right? And Cody Rhodes returning to help in the main event is also important. If you don't watch the show, or if you don't know what's happening on that show, you'll be confused, right? I'm not saying you have to watch it. You don't have to watch the show, but you need to know what happened. And if that's the case, it's not filler, so not a house show. I get what you're saying, but again, there were actual story beats on the show that are important. Drew McIntyre getting taken out for a while. Bronson Reed, Cody Rhodes returning. Those are big story beats that you can't ignore. Can't ignore it. But I see your point. I get your point. So Cody's back. Cody's back in the right position next to Jey Uso against Logan Paul. How dynamic will make more sense. I am excited for that, I guess. We'll see how it goes. And that was Saturday Night Main Event. We'll see what happens. Did he already announce Raw plans? Let's see. Let me listen to what Adam Pearce had to say. That
where we are fresh off a sold-out Saturday night's main event. All right.
I can hear for some reason. Let's try that again. Adam Pearce, what do you have to say?
All right, everybody. Monday Night Raw is live tomorrow night from beautiful Tampa, where we are fresh off a sold-out Saturday night's main event. And don't forget tonight, NXT Battleground. But tomorrow, 2 triple threat qualifiers for the men's Money in the Bank. It will be Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor versus Seth freaking Rollins, and Chad Gable takes on Dragon Lee and Penta. Don't forget, the World Tag Team Championship is on the line. Triple threat rules in effect. The New Day defends against the War Raiders and American Made, and he asked for it, and now he gets it. Akira Tozawa one-on-one with Rusev. All that and so much more tomorrow night live from Tampa, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on Netflix. Tomorrow's Monday Night Raw.
Those are some big matches.
Memorial Day, so remember.
Those are some big matches. So last week we got 2 qualifiers for Money in the Bank for the women. So this week is 2 men's. What was that? Finn, Seth, and Sammy? Finn, Seth, Sammy, Gable, Dragon Lee, Penta? Those are bangers. There's no way to slice it. Those are bangers. That's crazy. Those are 2 big matches. Wow. Twitter is so jacked. Finn, Seth, Sammy. 1 qualifier. Penta, Dragon Lee, Gable. Yo, that's crazy. Crazy. So Raw shaping up to be big. Now, no women's match. Probably get another Becky promo with Lyra in there. Gonna be building towards Money in the Bank, right? So yeah, maybe Roxanne, Liv, Raquel, maybe Rhea. Let's see who's on the Raw side. Rhea, Roxanne, and who? I'm blanking. Rhea, Roxanne, and someone else is in the. Oh, Ross. Okay, there's still one left. Still one left. Okay. I was about to say, wait a minute. Who's getting in? Who's the last women's Raw entry? Let's see. Liv's an option. Ivy Nile is an option. Maybe Liv. Maybe Liv. Even though she's a tag team champion. Or maybe Asuka? They're keeping it a secret. We'll see. You got Oscar, you got Liv. That's about it. Oh, this is a cool visual. Look at this poster. Know who you don't see? Know who you don't see? Del Rio. Where's Alberto? No, Alberto Del Rio. See Ray. I see Kingo. I see Gable. I see Stephanie. I see Lola Vice. There's Stephanie. There's Lola Vice. I see Legato. I see the young OG. For the NXT representation. This is cool. This is cool. No Alberto Del Rio to be found. Because on the 31st, it's gonna be over for him. Because Vikingo will be winning the championship. No Penta? See Dragon Lee. No Penta on the poster. Is that Ray Phoenix? I'm not sure because they're all wearing luchador masks. I think that's Ray Phoenix. That's Ray Phoenix right here. Yeah, no Penta on the poster. I don't know these AAA women's roster enough to know who these are. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. But this is very cool. Streaming on YouTube. All right. Wait, is that really where you can watch it? Not on Peacock? Wow. So YouTube, because that's funny, because the WWE owns AAA, you would think. Wouldn't that mean they could put it on Peacock? I don't know. Anyway, I'll take it on YouTube. Yeah, he's winning it on the 31st. He's going to be the poster boy. That is clear. He'll be the poster boy of AAA, which is the right decision, by the way. He was there, by the way, on the program for Saturday Night Main Event. He was there. They're going to get that and then get Money in the Bank. Big show on the 7th. A big day for the 7th. Here's all the names on the card, or on the poster. Ray, Dragon Lee, Los Garza, Santos, Ray Phoenix, Devon Evans, Lola Vice. That's big for Lola Vice. That's big. Spanish speaking, Latina, so that's good for her. Taco Clown. Good stuff, man. It's gonna be cool. Maybe Roxanne what? For the show? I don't think so. I agree. Lola and Stephanie, because they've been presenting them as a tag team. Not that's wrong. They've been presenting them together. So if you notice on NXT, you've been seeing Stephanie and Lola Vice together. I like that idea. You don't want Stephanie to defend her title. Put them in a tag team. I like it. That's probably what's going to happen. But they've been kind of like together recently. I believe that is probably what they're going to do. You're going to get that at that AAA Worlds Collide match, I think. So you're going to get that. That's a good shout. That is now my prediction. Stephanie and Lola Vice together in a tag match for that show. Which is big for Lola Vice. They like Lola Vice. They're hiring her. So we'll see just how much of a push she gets going forward. But yeah, I think that's the move. Americano is focusing on Penta. I agree. Does Triple H have women's tag belts? I'm almost ready as Triple H. Does Triple A? I don't know. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know enough about Triple A. They're tag teaming at Worlds. Any other questions you guys have? I'm shutting up now. I'll look at the chat going forward. Any questions about anything? About well, tonight, I will say this. Tonight we have Double or Nothing and NXT Battleground. Now, I talked about both of these shows already on my last stream, but I will say I'm excited for Stephanie Jordan Grace. What's going to happen? Who's going to get called up? Who's staying in NXT? I'm excited for Mercedes Tony Storm. Mercedes Jamie Hayter. The winner takes on Tony Storm. Am I excited for Mina Tony Storm? Not really. I don't really care that much for that match. The result isn't in doubt. The only thing that's compelling is if Mariah May shows up. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Got Hangman, Will Ospreay. That's gonna be a good one. Got the Death Rider storyline. Do I care? Not really. And yeah, oh yeah, Sol Ruka, Connie Jordan. Love that match. Round 2. What did they have in store? What tricks did they have in store? What's the plan from the production? What'll be the cool spots to go for? I love that match. Excited for that one. It'll be good. Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there supposed to be TNA talent at this show? I'm not seeing any TNA talent on that poster. I see WWE. I see AAA. I don't see TNA. Yeah, there's no TNA logo here. There also is no NXT. This is a WWE joint thing. So NXT is under the WWE umbrella here. I like that idea. I don't need to see the NXT branding. NXT is WWE. Okay, I don't need to see a WWE logo and an NXT logo. No, NXT is WWE. So the main roster and NXT crossover thing with the AAA talent. Now AAA need a new logo. Sorry to tell you the truth, this logo needs an upgrade. I don't love it, but I'm excited for the show. You're going to be introduced to new talent you haven't seen, very exciting wrestlers, legends of Lucha Libre. Will Dom make an appearance? I think so. I think Dom will make an appearance to like just for the sake of it in LA. Great. I'm excited. Mysterio. They're saving Joe Hendry for the grand surprise. Maybe. Tekla might show up. Tekla could show up tonight. Where? I don't know, but she could show up tonight, I guess. They have mixed and trios belts in TNA. I'm sorry, in AAA. Why don't fans keep the same talk when it comes to Megan Bayne booking? I don't know. Why is Megan Bayne not on the Double or Nothing card? I don't know. Same thing with Tony Khan. We're getting hot, have a hot run, then you put you on the back burner. We may not see Megan Bayne in a prominent position for a while now. I don't know. It may be a while. Where's Britt Baker? Where's Camille? Yes, it's interesting. Very interesting. Some people say, some people say it's too much wrestling right now. Too much wrestling shows. I'm not complaining about it right now. I like looking forward to this stuff, especially these new kind of events, like this whole WWE AAA thing. Something new, something fresh. I'm excited for it. Some of these Saturday night main events, could I do without? Sure, but the AAA NXT WWE thing, I like that idea. Money in the Bank, I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to SummerSlam. Even Night of Champions, I'm looking forward to it. So I like there being stuff on the horizon to be excited about. Sometimes it feels like it's too much wrestling. Sometimes I understand that, but it is what it is. I've cut out AW. I watch AW through Twitter. I keep up with the storylines. I keep up with the promos and the segments through Twitter. And I think Twitter does a good job. The accounts I follow, I can keep up with AW pretty well because everybody's tweeting out the segments, they're tweeting out the promos. I watched AW pretty well through Twitter. Same for Evolve. Same for Evolve. Even TNA. Like I pretty much know the storylines with TNA strictly through watching tweets come in. I only actively watch WWE right now. Stardom, Mari Gold, some of the other Joshi promotions. I'll sit down and watch those right now. But AW, Twitter, TNA, Twitter, Ring of Honor, Twitter. Shine was the only wrestling I saw on Saturday. That was a nice show. Naoya Takahashi, her last match, 28-year career, wrapping it up there against Miku Ano. Good main event. A very nice send-off for her. I thought the show was solid. I don't think it was great, but I thought the show was was good. It was a good show. I thought Shine Forever was. Mirai Utami, that was a solid match. I love Shino, the super rookie, her debut. Very exciting talent. I was very happy to see how well she looked at 16. I mean, this girl has a promising future ahead of her. She's a second generation superstar. Her mom was on commentary, and she put in a good performance. Mai Sakurai was not playing around. Busted her nose open within the first couple minutes. 16-year-old getting busted open like that. Crazy. But yeah, I thought everybody showed themselves well. I thought Victoria Yuzuki had a good short match with Mayu. Mayu's a new champion. So she took the belt off of Victoria Yuzuki. I don't mind it. It's fine, I guess. Would I have done it? No, but Mayu's champion already. Now Victoria Yuzuki will be teaming up with her going forward in a tag team match. So it's the icon and the prodigy. I'm sorry, the icon and the protege. She's a prodigy, but she's a protege to Mayu. They're continuing that. So that's a tag team now going forward. I'm good with that. I'm happy for Victoria Yuzuki. I'm sure she's happy about that. So would I wanted to see Victoria Yuzuki retain and continue to be champion? Sure, but I'm fine with the result there. Love her to death. Awesome talent. Once again, she's the best Stardom rookie of 2023. Think otherwise, you are I disagree. I'll be nice today. I'll say I disagree. So here's Shino. This girl is 16 years old, coming out there, impressing everybody. You're Nagi. So that, are you kidding me? Great leg kicks. You're Nagi. Got put through hell, kicked in the face. Bang. I think that's where it happened. We just got busted open. Kept going, she kept fighting, she kept scrapping. Can't say enough about the young talent. She was leaking from her nose. She was leaking bad. But I was impressed. Good debut there. It was rough. Got that fighting spirit. Good showing from her. We'll see what. Boom, high kick. She's very promising. She can move well. She's smooth. She works well. I like it a lot. I like her a lot. I'm a fan. So I'm looking forward to seeing her develop and grow. We'll see, because she's still in high school. She's not training full time, but I was very, very impressed with her. And we move on. Let's see what else. Wait, let me go back. Besides that, I thought the show was good overall. Just a solid show. No complaints, really. They teased Takumi Iroha against Utami, but Takumi, she I don't want to say she declined the offer, but she has something else she wants to do first before she takes on the red belt holder here. So look forward to that one sometime down the road. Takumi, sometime down the road, she's gonna face Utami. We'll see. They teased that. What else happened on this show? Miko Ano won. I said that already. She should be facing Tommy next. She's the most popular star they have in terms of merch sales. She beat 9AA in the main event. She's now positioned to be chasing the red belt. So I should be seeing Miko Ano taking on Utami here in the future. Very, 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 very soon. But we don't know. We'll see. Good stuff all around. The next big pay-per-view, they've been talking about Summer Destiny. That ain't happening. We're not getting Summer Destiny 2025. We're getting Grand Destiny 2025 in October 26th. Now, this is in between Survivor Series and Crown Jewel in Australia. This gives them plenty of time. And by them, I mean EO and Julia. I think this is a good spot for them. So you can almost guarantee that they'll be on the card. So expect Julia and EO, even maybe Kairi Sane, to be in Japan for this show. I don't see any conflict in terms of PLEs during this time. It's a very good spot for that. So I fully expect them to show up there. Besides that, solid show. I haven't seen any stardom since the Starlight Kid Hanako match. So besides that, I haven't seen anything. So none of the recent shows, I haven't seen it. Starlight Kid is putting on a Wrestler of the Year performance this year. I can see her becoming Wrestler of the Year by the end of it. She's always putting on the good performances. She never misses. Thought a match with Hanako was good. Top 20 match, I believe, of the year. I didn't update that yet on Twitter because I believe we're going to get another one tonight. So after tonight, based on Stephanie and Jordan Grace, I'll rank that, and then I'll update the list on Twitter. So, but right now, Starlight Kid Hanako is in the top 20. That's another match for her. I put out this tweet yesterday showing the names that were being what's the word I'm looking for? The names that were showing up in my top 20 for the year. Cerie's up in there 4 times. Starlight Kid 3, EO 3. I believe Starlight Kid, this number is going to keep going up. I just think she doesn't miss. Her matches are all very good. She's going to have more matches in that top 20 very soon. I think by the end of the year, it's a very, very tight race with Sai Kamatani and EO and Cerie. It's gonna be a tight race, but I would not be shocked if by the end of the year we have a Starlight Kid. Just like the consensus is that she had the best year. Would not be surprised one bit. She is that type of talent. She is that type of wrestler, performer. They just think she's great. So, but this gives you an idea of the chase right now for the rest of the year. For wrestler of the year, Sari, Starlight Kid, Io, Sai Kamatani, Azumi, Rhea, Mizuki, Stephanie, Monet. We're what? Almost 6 months in? I'm sorry, we're actually 5 months in, right? I don't see another person getting into this mix at this point. Maybe Shuri? Maybe Shuri? With her IWGP belt? But yeah. I think it's possible. Somebody could have like an amazing back half of the year. But I think these are the names for the rest of the year. So if I had to guess who would be wrestler of the year for 2025, I'd guess Starlight Kid, but we'll see. The 5-star GP starts in July. That's huge. When is this show? What show? Oh, you mean what show are you talking about? Talking about October 26th. If you're talking about these Grand Destiny, Margot, December 26th. Not December, October 26th. I thought we would see more Bianca after she went back to the singles division. Yeah. Oh, for Margot, yeah, it's October 26th. So plenty of time. It's kind of crazy. It's going to take that long. So the next pay-per-view is like what? In 5 months? That's kind of crazy. We all thought we were going to get a summer one. Nope. Next one is in 5 months, folks. Bianca Belair, I don't know what's going on with her booking. She won the Chamber, didn't wrestle a single match until Mania. Now, that match, in my opinion, was top 2 all year, only behind Tam and Saya. But she hasn't wrestled since then because of her injury. So just back to back. Chamber, nothing till Mania. Mania, nothing now because she's been injured. So really, we haven't really seen Bianca Belair wrestle all year, really, except for like the Chamber and Chamber qualifications and Mania, like 3 matches, right? See, Bianca Belair cage match. That's the one thing cage match is good for. Not good for ratings, but it is good for seeing what the hell happened in the year. Let's turn that on. Turn back on dark mode. White. Okay, good. Let's put up here. Let's see. How many matches? 125. 1, 2, oh, it's 11. 11 all year. 11 all year. We're in May. She had 11 matches. How many singles? 1. I'm not going to include Royal Rumble. How many singles? 1. 2. 3. 3 singles matches. All freaking year. And that includes the Chamber. Oh boy. It's kind of hard to be wrestler of the year. Kind of hard to get the awards. You're not wrestling. You want to be regarded as one of the best for the year. You kind of have to be in the ring. Unfortunately, Bianca only has 1. About top 20. That's a Mania match. When she has time to cook, she always performs, but she doesn't wrestle very much for whatever reason. It's unfortunate. Let me see what Jay is sending me right now on Twitter. Yeah, I just saw this. Something I noticed is that Penta is not on the poster, so he's probably qualifying. Now you're using that brain of yours? That is not a bad shout. Penta is not on the poster because he won't be there. Penta will win his qualifying match and be at Money in the Bank. Therefore, he won't be at this card. Therefore, he's not on the poster. That could work. That could make sense. It makes sense in my head. So go with that. Penta's not on the card, not on the poster. He's going to be in the big show later on Peacock. Money in the Bank. Neither is Andrade. Well, yeah, that's true. He just might not be. Let's be clear. Let's be honest for a second. Andrade, Penta. Who's going to be on the card for Money in the Bank? Probably Penta, because Penta's been pushed better right now. I would love for Carmelo Hayes to get in. Sorry, Penta. I'd love for Carmelo to get in there. I do believe. Here's another indicator. Carmelo and Andrade, I believe, were both in Money in the Bank last year. Right? So they're both in it last year. So I guess they think, you know what, this year, we'll give it to Penta. Right? That makes sense? Let me confirm my suspicions. Money in the Bank 2024. Yep. Drew McIntyre, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Jey Uso, LA Knight. So yeah. Melo is feuding with Alistair right now. That's true. Solo might cost Jacob. Who has qualified so far? Now I'm confused for a second. Let me stop confusing myself. Who has qualified so far? Solo and LA Knight. Okay. Plenty of matches to go, right? Plenty of matches. Solo might cost Jacob. It's his birthday. Aura. All right. Any other questions? Any questions about anything at all? Let's see what's happening on the Twitter. Oh yeah, I'm excited for this one. My goodness. These two wrestling each other for years to come. Of course, Soruka will retain, but it's going to be banger. They've both grown since last year. It's going to be banger. What do you think Bianca promo on Friday will be? In her video package, she talked a lot about change and new beginnings. She did. Hometown. I think you're going to get a babyface promo. I think there'll be some underlying stuff, like some underlying tension between her and Naomi, and her with her friends being upset with each other. Maybe some Rhea Ripley stuff in there. But I ultimately believe it'll be like a promo talking about Mania, her disappointments with Mania, her injury, and how she's going to be back stronger than ever. We're going to get like a babyface thing. And Naomi and then Nia Jax could interfere or interrupt the promo. Something like that. Miles versus Oba will slap. Sure. Am I hyped for that one? Not really, but I'm sure it'll be good. Sure, it'll be fine. Womp, womp, womp. Do not care about Stacks versus Tony D at all. Sorry to tell you the truth. Not watching that. I'm watching it, but I don't care. The culling against Hank and Tank. Do I care? Not really. Will I watch? Of course, but I don't care about this one either. Look, Miles Osborne is winning in life. Good for him. This match, I'm sure, will be fine. Am I hyped? No. Hyped for two women's matches, but men's matches, yeah, it's what it is. I'm sure it will over deliver. That's usually what happens. It will over deliver. You'll complain about the card, and then the match happens. You're like, wow, that was great. So, I'm not worried. Oh, yeah. I do believe the smart decision here is to pull the trigger on the title change. There's an opportunity for TNA to make a splash, put the belt on Trick Williams, and then Trick can hold it until Slammiversary, and Joe Hendry wins it back at Slammiversary. I think that's the move. Will he do it? Probably not. But I do believe putting the belt on Trick would be smart for publicity, to be noteworthy, to make some history. Do it, and then have Joe Hendry take it off of him at Slammiversary. That's my call. That's what should happen. Will it? Probably not, but it should. It should. My face when I didn't know I made a face. My bad. My bad. Miles Bourne. My bad. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just not hyped. I'll be hyped for this if there's a title change. Do you think they will do a best of 3 with Stacks and Tony? I hope not. No offense. But I don't care about that feud. I just don't. I'm nervous for Stacks. I'm nervous for him. To be honest with you, I'm nervous for all of them. Everybody who's tied to that storyline, Ariana Rizzo, Tony D, Stacks, I'm worried about all of them. Okay? The future of their careers. I'm not convinced that Triple H is a fan. Not convinced. So main roster might be rough. Speaking of main roster, in SmackDown, you guys saw how Tiffany called. I guess we could do that. We can run down SmackDown a little bit. So Tiffany called Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss vintage. So they're going with the whole. You two are old line of thinking. Vintage items are more expensive. That could have been the reply there, but they didn't do that. Yeah, I think Tiffany seems more comfortable in her promos. She's more comfortable as champion. They like her a lot backstage, clearly. I'm not convinced when she's gonna drop that belt. I'm not sure. Tiffany might hold that for a little longer than I thought. Because I believe there are fans of Tiffany and everything she's doing. But she looks like a Barbie doll, and she's very, very athletic. And they built her up from scratch. She's a WWE creation, so they are high on her, and I am too. I've always been a fan of hers. So yeah, good for Tiffany. So Alexa's pop was huge. She's very, very popular. Mic work is always strong. I liked what she had to say. I think Alexa Bliss is in a very good spot right now because she's over and the crowd wants to see her, and she's still interesting enough with her character work, what's happening with her and Charlotte Flair. All that is good right now. So good for Alexa. Charlotte Flair came out there. Charlotte got booed, and she did what she should have done last time: talk through the booze. You talk through the booze. What she did, and it worked out fine. Oh, I actually have an interesting question. Okay, let's see how interesting it is. Do you think the event in Marigold, Grand Destiny, WWE will send stars to compete. Yes, they'll send Julia and Io. Would it be cool to see Io versus Mayu? Yes, I think that'll happen, or it'll be a tag match. But I do believe Io and Julia will both be there. Maybe even Kyrie. I don't know when she's dropping it either. Yeah, I don't know. Starting to sound like Dom because she's saying the old heads didn't get out of here. Alexa Bliss is young. She's 33. She's younger than Bailey, Bianca, Fuzzy Green. Alexa Bliss is not old. Now she's vintage in the sense that she's been around for a while. She's been there. She's been, relevant for a while. So in that respect, I get it. But she's not an old woman we're talking about here. I like the visual. Three blondes in the ring. You got Julia. I want Evolution. We're getting it. So you're getting it, and I hope you buy tickets. Julia comes out there and had a little face-off with Tiff. Let's talk Julia here. Let's talk Julia. Look at this woman. Star, aura, magnificent, majestic. The scream star, right? I love her, but I've seen her in Stardom. I've seen her in Marigold. I'm endeared to her. I'm a fan. But she doesn't need me because I'm already there. She needs to convert some of these WWE fans that don't give a shit. Because that's the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is a lot of people do not care about Julia right now. I think Triple H has to work overtime to make this happen. He wants her to be a big deal on the main roster. We got to work. Because unfortunately, Julia does not have the offense that pops on the screen like a Io Sky, like a Stephanie Vicaire. So she's going to have to get over on her aura. She can't cut promos, really. And her in the in-ring that she can produce. I don't want people to think that Julia is not a good wrestler. Julia is a good wrestler. She's not athletic. She's not explosive. So it takes harder. It'd be harder for her to get over from the in-ring because her offense doesn't pop. And because her offense doesn't pop, you gotta do more stuff. Triple H wants Julia to work. He's invested. So it'll probably work. But it's going to take more story beats, more character moments beyond the in-ring. Make it happen. But I think Julia she's going to get it done. Her matches in NXT were good. So I'm not really worried about her in-ring. But it's going to take longer to get her over on the roster. She's a heel right now. I say you put her in one-on-one matches. Let her beat up her opponents. Let her be strong and make her look like a problem in the ring. And let her work stiff. Let her work her strong style. And let her win the belt off of Zelina Vega. And we'll see what happens after that. But she's not translating as easy as Stephanie did. As easy as Io did. And remember, Io was not over when she got to main roster. Io got crickets for the longest time. Even as a champion, she got crickets. It wasn't until her babyface run, and you saw her in the ring, which is very, very babyface coded. Saw her in the ring match her babyface persona, and it worked well for her. Julia, heel. I don't like her as a face. Her in ring works best for heel. Let her go that route. We'll see what happens. But this match was looks very much like My Hero Academia. All Might, I think, inspired by this. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. But I liked the look here. This match was not the best. I thought Charlotte Flair did her best. Charlotte Flair, I thought, held this match together. I saw some people trying to complain about Charlotte Flair, trying to say that it was her fault. You're lost. You're just a hater. Charlotte Flair was what made the match work. She was doing all she could to keep it together. I thought she did a good enough job to keep it together for the most part. You can't to be a hero. Yes, you can. Julia is done for. It's gonna take longer for her to get over. That's all. It's gonna take a little longer. If Asuka got over, Julia could get over with that crowd. Now, I will say this. I agree with you, but I will say this. Asuka is sneaky athletic. Not even sneaky. She's athletic. She's quick. She's fast. Ask Bianca Belair about Asuka. Bianca Belair says that Asuka is the fastest wrestler she wrestles against. Asuka moves quick. She's fast. She's twitchy. She's a very, very fast athlete. Asuka is. Asuka can move, and she's a good athlete. She's a better athlete than Julia, without question. Go back and look at Asuka. Go back and look at Asuka in her heyday. She was quick. She moved well. She's very, very athletic and smooth. Not the same type of athlete. Asuka is a very, very good athlete. Go back and look at the tape. I'm telling you. It was a little different. A little different. I hear you, but it's different. I don't know what the comp is for Julia. What is the comp? By comp, I mean comparison. For her. Not Asuka. Certainly ain't Io. It's more. I think she's on the same level of a Becky in terms of athleticism. Becky got over, but the difference is Becky can talk. Becky is a great promo. She can talk you into the room, which is a problem that these international stars are going to deal with because they can't cut English promos with confidence yet. So you can get over without being the most athletic, but you need to be able to talk, a la Becky Lynch, a la Alexa Bliss, a la Dana Parker. Even though Dana Parker is a good athlete, though. Yeah, so this match was rough. Ultimately, Julia wins. I think her finisher needs to change. I prefer the Glorious Driver. Right now, she's doing the Northern Lights Bomb. I don't love it. I'd rather her do her Glorious Driver as her finisher. Let me see if I have that on Twitter. The Glorious Driver. Let's see. SmackDown. I have to go find it. But yeah, I don't love the finisher. She needs to change it. But that's just me. I prefer the Glorious Driver as her finisher. Looks better. It looks better all around. That's what I would do. Not the Northern Lights Bomb. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Twitter's being weird, so I can't find it. The Twitter is so janky. Like, what's going on? Can't even like scroll through my past tweets. My goodness gracious, man. No, it won't let me go. Anyway, use a Glorious Driver, Julia. That's what you need to do. If one more person tweets that a talent broke the internet, I'm gonna lose it. Like, shut up. Rhea broke the internet. Kathy Kelly broke the internet. Stephanie broke the internet. Stop saying everybody broke the internet. We get it. Dang. Anyway, that was my little mini rant right there about breaking the internet. Yeah, you should use the Glorious Driver. Any last questions before we wrap it up here? Any last questions you have? Yes. Here it is. They're so jacked. Here it is. Use one of these variations of the Glorious Driver. At number 2, the 3. Here's back to number one. She's a better finisher all around. Just looks better. He hooks the arm, grabs it, holds onto it, grabs the head. Yeah, just do that. That's your finisher. That's what I would do. But anyway, any last questions before we wrap it up here? This is what I'm talking about. Break the internet. Everybody breaking the internet. So annoying. Every time somebody tweets a revealing photo, you have to tweet that they broke the internet. You don't have to do that. All right. Anyway, Julia could go in the ring. She can go in the ring. She's good. Not sloppy or botch her moves. Yeah, she's a good wrestler. She'll be fine. It's gonna take her longer because she can't cut promos. So if you're gonna get over on the main roster, you need two things. You need to be able to cut a great promo, or be great in the ring, or be good in all of them, right? But she can't cut right now promos in English with confidence. So we need to get over on her in-ring. But her in-ring it doesn't pop. Her offense isn't great to see. So it's gonna take a little longer. That's all. A little longer. I'm not worried. She put on great matches in NXT, so I'm not worried. She can wrestle. Gunnar farming. I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried. All right, folks. That is it for the stream tonight. Double or Nothing, Battleground, exciting stuff. We'll see how good these shows are. There'll no doubt be a comparison. Double or Nothing better be better. If it's not, there's a problem. Double or Nothing has no business being a worse show than Battlegrounds. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to some matches. Other matches I can skip, but it is what it is. Monday night should be fun. Look forward to that. I don't work tomorrow, which is awesome. We're all off tomorrow. Thanks, Maya. Yeah, I don't know what they did either. We're all off tomorrow, I hope. Thanks for subscribing. Dorian. See you guys later. Next stream. Peace.